Good afternoon, live from Caesars in Las Vegas at Snowflake Summit. I'm Ryan Green. Welcome to Data Cloud Now. I'm joined by Eva Murray, lead evangelist for EMEA, along with Aubriana, employee communications manager at Snowflake. Welcome, ladies, to the program. So excited. To start with, can you give a quick overview of the Advocate to Empower program and how you're bringing this to life at Summit?
Yeah, I'm delighted that I got invited to be part of that panel talking with Monica and Anita about what are the opportunities out there? How can we empower women? And having Saqib Mustafa, our fabulous host, bring the male's perspective and also some interesting questions, I think. And what I love about the panel and where I think there's going to be great contributions is the different perspectives of having a customer represented, having a partner represented, and then me bringing the Snowflake voice and just those different perspectives coming together and the experiences of these women in their careers and the stories they have to share. I think it's going to be impactful for the audience.
And Aubrey, from your standpoint?
Yeah, absolutely. So Advocate to Empower, it's a 3-part event. So we're feeding our attendees. They've got lunch for sure. Everybody wants to eat. And then we also have that 45-minute panel discussion that we've got Chief Data Officer Anita Lynch, amazing, amazing woman. Eva, of course, we've collaborated virtually together for so long. It's great to finally meet in person and see her on stage. And then we also have Managing Director Monica McEwen from Deloitte joining us as well. So they'll be sharing practical ways that we can all come together to better champion gender diversity in data through allyship specifically. And then for me personally, it's just an amazing opportunity to come out from behind the scenes. My role, I primarily work with our employees at Snowflake, so to be able to step on stage in front of our partners, customers, and bring everyone together with this conversation in particular, it's a big privilege.
So excited for the upcoming event. Gender diversity is such an important conversation. How have you structured Wednesday's event to be even more impactful? And I have to ask, why now at this event? Aubrey, if you'd like to start.
Yeah, totally. So, when I was approached to lead this work stream in particular, there were a couple things I really wanted to do differently. So one of them was in how we named and talked about the session. So Advocate to Empower, gender diversity in data. I think with these types of conversations, you typically see women in tech, women in data. And I think unintentionally that excludes men, non-binary individuals, and other marginalized groups from the conversation, when I really think it's important that we have both sides.
Right.
We have those who can benefit from being empowered and can benefit from being advocated for, while those who can do exactly that, who can open the doors and bring up a seat to the table. So for me and for us, in crafting this conversation, that was really important. And then of course having a male moderator, Saqib Mustafa, our global head of partner marketing here at Snowflake, joining us for this conversation. It's pretty epic. I would say we took
pretty different too.
Absolutely,
yeah.
We took a non-traditional approach, I think, to a women's panel, so to speak, by having a male moderator. But again, I think it goes back to that point of allyship and ensuring everyone is a part of the conversation.
Eva, from your standpoint?
Yeah, to add to that, I totally agree with Aubrey. It's important to have the different perspectives in the room and for everyone to feel invited as well into the conversation, and for us to not focus just on the typical topics people might expect, but to really take it further, because we want to show men and anyone at more senior levels how they can make an impact with actually quite small steps. I think people underestimate how much influence they can have on other people's careers, on their advancement in the company, but also just how they feel in a work environment, how seen and heard they feel. And we want to bring that to life and make sure that people, when they leave the event, they feel empowered to step up, but also to lead some of that change and to really help each other and to look out for each other a bit more.
And that's that collaboration in action, if you will.
Yeah.
I have to ask, what are you two most looking forward in terms of the event, but also the discussion? And I know the audience is eager to find out, how do people attend this? Aubrey, if you'd like to start.
Yeah, so I'll kick it off with how people can join. So I do want to preface that it is a limited seating event. It's the first 250 registrations, and we're almost there. So if you weren't, signed up and you're thinking about going,
get on it now.
Yes, get on it now. Head over to snowflake.com. Find us on the summit agenda. The session's Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. fill out that Google form, and your spot is secured. So that's how you can attend it. And in terms of what I'm most looking forward to, it's definitely what happens after Las Vegas, right? So we have this networking opportunity available for attendees, and what they choose to do with that time, as Snowflake is connecting all these data powerhouses together, that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, me too. I think it's the inspiration, the spark we can ignite at that event, and for people to take it further. I think quite often people have an idea or they want to drive change, but practical steps is what they're missing. And if we can ignite that, if we can be a catalyst for that change, and for people to actually have the courage to have more of those conversations, because they've already started in the room, right? They had conversations with strangers, with maybe a partner or a customer, and they heard the different arguments or the different perspectives, and they take that into their own organizations and their communities and families and actually continue. I think that's a huge opportunity to then see what happens in the next few days and weeks and months once we've left Vegas and we get that feedback and we see the conversations change.
I mean, you beat me to it. I was going to say you're starting it here. Now as you look towards the future in the next chapter, what's next and what are you both most excited about? Eva, if you'd like to kick us off.
Yeah, I want to see people make that change. I want to see the men recognize how influential they can be, how much they can help others, be it women, be it marginalized groups, or anyone more junior, where they can really help them move to the next phase in their career, but also help women to recognize how much of a role they can play in helping other women come up. It's the paying it forward. It's not about you do this for me, I do that for you, but it's paying it forward and seeing how they can take the lessons learned, empower the next generation, because the more we can instill that mindset, the easier it will get over time. And I think that's really important, to lower those hurdles and barriers.
Absolutely, and I think, Eva, you said it best, paying it forward. I also think it's a bit of paving it forward. So ensuring that through these dialogues that we are opening those doors and creating more space, for these types of conversations, I think especially with our customers and partners.
Right.
So I am looking forward to hopefully engaging, those two different groups in these types of conversations in the future, and, hopefully be able to sink our teeth into other topics, beyond gender diversity and allyship, especially as we think about increasing marginalized groups and people of color in this data space and into the tech industry. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do there.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank both of you for joining me on Data Cloud Now. I want to thank you as well for championing this effort. It's all happening Wednesday. Thank you again. For the audience watching, thank you so much for tuning in to Data Cloud Now. I'm Ryan Green. I'll see you soon.